The Cherimoya, Annona Cherimoya, also spelled Cherimoya and called Cherimoya by the Inca people, is an edible fruit-bearing species of the genus Annona from the family Annanaceae. They were believed to be native to Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, and Chile, spreading through cultivation to the Andes and Central America. But they have been found to have originated in Central America. Cherimoya is grown in tropical regions throughout the world, and in Asia, also Spain, where it is widely consumed. It is grown in the southern provinces of Granada and Malaga. It is also grown in Italy, in the southern province of Reggio Calabria. It is in the same genus, Annona, as soursop. Cherimoya is delicious fruit known to men in Asia. The creamy texture of the flesh gives the fruit its secondary name, the custard apple. The name is derived from the Quechua word Cherimoya, which means cold seeds. The plant grows at high altitudes, where the weather is colder, and the seeds will germinate at higher altitudes. In Bolivia, Peru, Chile, Ecuador, and Colombia, and part of Asia, the fruit is commonly known as Cherimoya. Mature branches are sappy and woody. Young branches and twigs have a matting of short, fine, rust-colored hairs. The leathery leaves are 5 to 25 centimeters long, 3 to 10 centimeters wide, and mostly elliptic, pointed at the ends and rounded near the leaf stalk. When young, they are covered with soft, fine, tangled, rust-colored hairs. When mature, the leaves bear hairs only along the veins on the undersurface. Tops are hairless and a dull medium green with paler veins, backs velvety, dull gray-green with raised pale green veins. New leaves are whitish below. Leaves are single and alternate, dark green, and slightly hairy on the top surface. They attach to branches with stout 6 to 10 millimeters long and densely hairy leaf stalks. Cherimoya trees bear very pale green, fleshy flowers. They are 3 centimeters long, with very strong fruity odor. Each flower has 3 outer, greenish, fleshy, oblong, downy petals and 3 smaller, pinkish inner petals with yellow or brown finely matted hairs outside. Whitish with purple spot and many stamens on the inside. Flowers appear on the branches opposite to the leaves, solitary or in pairs or groups of 3. On flower stalks that are covered densely with fine rust-colored hairs, 8 to 12 millimeters long. Buds are 15 to 18 millimeters long, 5 to 8 millimeters wide at the base. The pollen is shed as permanent tetrads. Cherimoya fruit are large green conical or heart-shaped compound fruit, 10 centimeters to 20 centimeters long, with diameters of 5 centimeters to 10 centimeters. And skin that gives the appearance of having overlapping scales or knobby warts. They ripen to brown with a fissured surface from winter into spring. They weigh on the average 150 grams to 500 grams. But extra-large specimens may weigh 2.7 kilograms or more. The Cherimoya fruits are classed according to degree of surface irregularity, as lisa, almost smooth, difficult to discern areoles, impressa, with fingerprint depressions, umbinata, with rounded protrusions at the apex of each areole, mamulata with fleshy, nipple-like protrusions, tuberculata, with conical protrusions having wart-like tips. The flesh of the Cherimoya contains numerous hard, inedible, black, bean-like, glossy seeds, 1 centimeter to 2 centimeters long and about half as wide. Cherimoya seeds are poisonous if crushed open. Like other members of the family Annanaceae, the entire plant contains small amounts of neurotoxic acetogenins, such as annanasin, which appear to be linked to atypical Parkinsonism in Guadeloupe. Moreover, an extract of the bark can induce paralysis if injected. Eating quality of Cherimoya, the pineapple, the mangosteen, and the Cherimoya, are considered the finest fruits in the world. The mangosteen in the Indian archipelago, and the Cherimoya on the slopes of the Andes. Cherimoya. Its taste, indeed, surpasses that of every other fruit. It's called it the masterpiece of nature. Fruits require storage at 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 degrees Celsius to inhibit softening and maintain eating quality. Different varieties have different flavors, textures, and shapes. The flavor of the flesh ranges from mellow sweet to tangy or acidic sweet, with variable suggestions of pineapple, banana, pear, papaya, strawberry, or other berry, and apple, depending on the variety. The ripened flesh is creamy white. When ripe, the skin is green and gives slightly to pressure. Some characterize the fruit flavor as a blend of banana, pineapple, papaya, peach, and strawberry. The fruit can be chilled and eaten with a spoon, which has earned it another nickname, the ice cream fruit. In Peru and Chile, it is commonly used in ice creams and yogurt. When the fruit is ripe and still has the fresh, fully mature green-yellow skin color, the texture is like that of a soft ripe pear and papaya. When the skin turns brown at room temperature, the fruit is no longer good for human consumption. Nutritional value of raw cherimoya fruit is 79% water, 18% carbohydrates, 2% protein, and 1% fat. In a 100-gram reference amount providing 75 calories, cherimoya is a rich source. 20% or more of the daily value of vitamin B6 and a moderate source 10 to 19% daily value of vitamin C, dietary fiber, and riboflavin. The cherimoya of the Granada-Malaga tropical coast is a fruit of the cultivar Fino digitae grown in the Granada-Malaga tropical southern coast of Spain with the EU's appellation protected designation of origin status. The cultivar Fino digitae has skin type impressa, are smooth or slightly concave at the edges. The fruit is round, oval, heart-shaped or kidney-shaped. The seeds are enclosed in the carpels and so do not detach easily. The flavor balances intense sweetness with slight acidity and the soluble sugar content exceeds 17 Brix. This variety is prepared and packed in the geographical area because it is a very delicate perishable fruit and its skin is very susceptible to browning caused by mechanical damage, such as rubbing, knocks, etc. The fruit must be handled with extreme care, from picking by hand in the field to packing in the warehouse, which must be carried out within 24 hours. Repacking or further handling is strictly forbidden. Widely cultivated now, Annona Cherimoya is believed to originate from the Andes at altitudes of 700 meters or 2,300 foot to 2,400 meters or 7,900 foot, although an alternative hypothesis postulates Central America as the origin of Annona Cherimoya because many of its wild relatives occur in this area. From there it was taken by Europeans to various parts of the tropics. Unlike other Annona species, A. Cherimoya has not successfully naturalized in West Africa. And in Australasia Annona glabra is often misidentified as this species. The flowers of cherimoya are hermaphroditic and have a mechanism to avoid self-pollination. The short-lived flowers open as female, then progress to a later, male stage in a matter of hours. This requires a separate pollinator that not only can collect the pollen from flowers in the male stage, but also deposit it in flowers in the female stage. Studies of insects in the cherimoya's native region as its natural pollinator have been inconclusive. Some form of beetle is suspected. Quite often, the female flower is receptive in the early part of the first day, but pollen is not produced in the male stage until the late afternoon of the second day. Honeybees are not good pollinators. For example, because their bodies are too large to fit between the fleshy petals of the female flower. Female flowers have the petals only partially separated, and the petals separate widely when they become male flowers. So, the bees pick up pollen from the male flowers, but are unable to transfer this pollen to the female flowers. The small beetles which are suspected to pollinate cherimoya in its land of origin are much smaller than bees. For fruit production outside the cherimoya's native region, cultivators must either rely upon the wind to spread pollen in dense orchards or else use hand pollination. Pollinating by hand requires a paintbrush. Briefly, to increase the fruit production, growers collect the pollen from the male plants with the brush, and then transfer it to the female flowers immediately or store it in the refrigerator overnight. Cherimoya pollen has a short life, but it can be extended with refrigeration. Indicated certain growing preferences of wild cherimoya. including altitude between 1,500 to 2,000 meters or 4,900 to 6,600 foot. Optimum annual temperature range from 18 to 20 degrees Celsius 64 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Annual precipitation between 800 to 1,000 millimeters 31 or 39 inches, and soils with high sand content and slightly acidic properties with potent hydrogen between 5 and 6.5. In Western horticulture, the growers are often advised to grow Cherimoya in full sun, while the plant has been considered shade tolerant in Japan. In 2001, study conducted by Kyoto University showed shading of 50 to 70% sunlight was adequate to obtain optimal light environment. The tree thrives throughout the tropics at altitudes of 1,300 to 2,600 m, 4,300 to 8,500 feet. Though sensitive to frost, it must have periods of cool temperatures or the tree will gradually go dormant. The indigenous inhabitants of the Andes say the Cherimoya cannot tolerate snow. In the Mediterranean region, it is cultivated mainly in southern Spain and Portugal, where it was introduced between 1751 and 1797. From where it was carried to Italy, but now can be also found in several countries of Africa, the Middle East and Oceania. It is cultivated throughout the Americas, including Hawaii since 1790 and California, where it was introduced in 1871. Large fruits which are uniformly green, without cracks or mostly brown skin, are best. The optimum temperature for storage is 8 to 12 degrees Celsius or 46 to 54 degrees Fahrenheit, depending on cultivar, ripeness stage, and duration, with an optimum relative humidity of 90 to 95%. Unripe Cherimoyas will ripen at room temperature, when they will yield to gentle pressure. Exposure to ethylene as a plant hormone #ethylene, 100 parts per million for 1 to 2 days. Accelerates ripening of mature green Cherimoya and other annona fruits. They can ripen in about 5 days if kept at 15 to 20 degrees Celsius or 59 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Ethylene removal can be helpful in slowing the ripening of mature green fruits.